midnight and around 3:24 a.m. on 3rd of March 2026, and now I am at McDonald's. I stay at McDonald's because I'm now in Osnabrück, and social worker denied my right to stay in shelter because they said I should go back to Bramshire asylum camp. This was a smell campaign and propaganda by the Hong Kong government, the undercover Hong Kong police, and they link different parties together. Like whenever I go to the social worker who distribute who arrange the homeless shelter, they told that this undercover Hong Kong police as like a middleman, they introduce different parties together, like they form a loop of people, a community of people, to get my information, to gossip me, and to make a decision about me, like because I'm isolated by the local police, that even though they know my phone is hacked, they know someone hacked, because there's someone who hacked my phone will tell them about my information, include how much money I have. So now it's very interesting, because they have a propaganda about me having money to stay in a hostel or hotel. So even though I need to buy monitor for my mini PC in order to find jobs, and then after I bought the mini PC using my money in Amazon, in order to make me looking like I have money, the hackers from the Hong Kong government, how to say, cancel my order in Amazon. I already paid, and they canceled my order because of the hacker want me to have money in the account to show as evidence, to show the social worker and the police that I have money, but I stay in shelter, because I emphasize that I am on tourist status. So the logic is, you are on tourist status, you should not stay in the shelter, and then you should go to the hotel and hostel. So this narrative, because it is in a community of people, they form messaging platform to gossip about me. In different countries, they did the same thing. I arrive at a place, they do sexual assault, and then and then I stay in a women's shelter, and then they start a messaging platform, and then they have women false accuse me there, and then the social worker or the police involving in that social platform start to listen to the Hong Kong police how to act against me when I seek help from them. So that's why police here in Osnabrück Central Station asked me to go to the hotel, and then when I seek help, they arrest me overstay, even though I have evidence to show that the court is in processing my case, and I have the right to stay here. So that's why, and when I seek help yesterday to the social worker, and they asked me to go to and she asked me to go to hotel and asked me, you have money? And even though I show her I don't have much money, I have 100 euro to save to buy the ticket to leave in case I got my passport. I get my passport later, and then also I think at the time I showed the social worker is 54 euros, and I have a lot of court documents need to print, and then it's very difficult. But then because the social workers believe the smell campaign propaganda, so when I go to yesterday when I tried to solve the issue by going to SKH, the organization that responsible to help the homeless people to find accommodation. I want to meet with the managing the director to tell him that there's a network of social workers in his organization, then a network of police, young police that work with the Hong Kong police to do smell campaign on me, and let me have no help, and even though they knew I reported the police about sexual assault because of the smell campaign about me grooming women, young women, I had never have a chance to contact the central hotline 6016, which help women victims of sexual abuse to stay in safe place. I can never reach that because the social worker refused to help me to call, and they even joined the scammer that talk with the scammer about refusing me to have help. This is unlawful and this is illegal, but they join to tell lie. So this is the situation of what's happening now because I've stalked from Hong Kong police. They believe in the Hong Kong police about me as a kind of sex criminal because the UK police false accusing me because a dozen of women false accusing me, and then the UK police under bribery. So I stay in McDonald's now. It is very usual that I need to stay in McDonald's because I don't have money to stay in hostel, and even if I have money to stay in hostel, I will get raped or get sexually assaulted. Even I stay in McDonald's, I get molested. So that's the life I am leading because of the political persecution from the Hong Kong government. And when I went to the SKH, the headquarters to find the managing director, there was an IT guy who said he's the only person who can speak English and talk to me. Most of the time, I got refused by the administrative staff because before I go to the organization, there will be a network of social worker who will contact the place next I go because I need to Google the place, and then the hacker will tell the social worker to connect with the people over there. So I will have mail every time, a man who like randomly appear in front of me and then help me to introduce to contact the the administrative staff, and then stop me, block me from getting the person who I want to meet with. So every time, whenever I go, it is not only this social service organization, but the news agent, university, human rights organization, I am brought by the administrative staff. Yesterday, it was information technology staff. The stalker can contact, and he like randomly happened to do the translation with me and stop me from getting help. And then when I contact Osnabrück, a newspaper, then the receptionist received, I don't know if money, received the instruction asking me to contact them with an email and mobile phone, which I can never get reply from them. So it happened again, and I'm in isolation of the police and then the social worker and then the administrative staff in the newspaper. So weird and strange. That's the situation now, and I couldn't get help. So just record this, and it happened in Taiwan, in United Kingdom, Australia, and now when even I almost stay in the place over 1 year, I cannot break through this isolation. So I tell the police and then social worker I need to break the isolation. No one care about that. They want me in this loop of no help. They want me to stay on the street. This is weird. They are supposed to be someone to carry out something like human rights services, but they let me stay outside. Why? Because they believe I am a sex criminal, which I have never under any interrogation of the UK police or the Hong Kong police. The Hong Kong police, they have the political persecutor called Alex Yuan. He is a sex psychopath. He wants me to stay in an unsafe place so that he can see me from the hidden camera every day, and then he wants to torture women. He had 4 wives or girlfriends, shoot him because he's a sex psychopath. He had to pay them because he couldn't defend himself in the court because he had done something like, I think, the similar as me. He had done a lot of sex abuses, medical abuses to me. And now this guy is endorsed by the police to be a good person in abusing me, and all the fabricated story. Now the local police and then the social worker believe are all fake and false accusation. And these people believe to a sex psychopath who has a track record of lying in Hong Kong, and unpopular, infamous in Hong Kong. He is now trusted in Europe because of me. He whitewashed himself with the help of the propagandist laundering by Hong Kong government. And this guy Alex Yuan, working for Hong Kong government, using me to infiltrate the police, and then contact people to become spies for the CCP. Which is really, really ridiculous. But anyway, I'm in this ridiculous situation for 6 years, and even though every time I tell the social worker and the police, no one responds normally, and I expect when I see the lawyers, they will do the same because money and smell campaign. Anyway, I stay here and they have a specific staff from McDonald's that harassing me. And before I saw some homeless people who can just take a nap in here during midnight because there was fewer people here. But now everyone, because of me, could not take a nap here because they pay a specific staff working on me. And tonight it's better than before. I don't know if it is because I write something in the social media. In the past, they will arrange 1,000 of people sitting here and waiting for the chance that I fall into sleep, and then they molest me. And now they have fewer people here. I don't know why. But anyway, it's not only me suffer. Some homeless people also suffer because they change the arrangement to the people staying indoor. Sometimes they even pay McDonald's to close the 24-hour McDonald's because of me. So some homeless people who regularly stay indoor in McDonald's will have to leave the place, stay outside. This is what Alex Yuan did. When I stay in a place, they want me staying outside in cold area, and then they pay some of the McDonald's to close the restaurant in midnight. Sometimes I saw there are babies, there are women, they carry baby and they have to stay outside because of me. Alex Yuan want me to stay outside, and then the babies, and then the young mother, and then the homeless people have to stay outside because the bribery to the staff. So that's why it's very difficult because it's a psychopath who is endorsed by the police and social worker very well. And I face very hostile situation, hostile attitude from every social worker I face because they become a network of people. So that made me realize when I left the camp in Bramshire and I went back to Burning, and every immigration officer in the Ukraine arrival camp asked me to come back to Osnabrück to seek help from the social worker because they won't help me. They wouldn't help me. And I clever enough not to come back here until my passport issue, because I have no way. I need to go to the court to solve the problem. And then that's why I stuck here in Osnabrück. And now I realized why they asked me to come back to Osnabrück in August last year, because the characters, social worker in the Bramshire asylum camp had abused me during I stayed there. And then this social worker in the from the characters in the Bramshire asylum camp connect with the characters here, and then the characters social worker, when I went there, I think a few weeks ago, they were very, very hostile in the group, and then they smell campaign me to other characters, to other social worker in Osnabrück. So every social worker I face I faced hostile, unjust attitudes in every one of them, and then they treat me as men, and then arrange young guys to work for me. Like every social worker, female social worker, I will harass them. So this is like witch hunting, and also, but it is done by educated people like social worker, university graduated people, but because of maybe kind of racism and stereotype of Asian middle-aged women, and then they believe in narrative and story, backed up with some sex video which filmed by with hidden camera by the Hong Kong police. So um, the Hong Kong police, they gave a narrative about me using my private moment to fabricate a story, and then get paid women to support this my private time. So when you have when you in your private time, so you are very sexual, it is normal, and then it become public, and then they support with other women who I didn't know. They they maybe I just talk to them a few sentences, a few words, and then they become the witness of me, or victims of me grooming them. It's all going like that. So I think next stage I need to find out who speak about that and did some legal work about defamation. So it's a lot of legal issue that I need to handle about this situation, and yes, very difficult because they Alex Yuan want to exhaust me because I'm doing a court proceeding about my passport issue. The Hong Kong government want to use the passport issue to criminalize me as overstay through an immigration officer in the Bramshire asylum camp. I have the confidence that I win the case, and it is actually a form of transactional repression from the Hong Kong government, and the specific immigration officer in the Bramshire camp is under huge bribery, I believe. So it just really it will be a case that I need to address, and in case my case success, it will help the Hong Kong people to express that we are under serious transactional repression from the Hong Kong government, and some of them innocent people are being trapped in this situation, and I hope my courage and my persistent persuasion will help Europeans and the world to understand how difficult the Hong Kongers are in overseas. Yes, it's more than about pro-democracy. It's about daily life being abused and harassed by the Hong Kong government, criminalized by the Hong Kong government in every aspect. So I feel case that the hacker, some of them are, even some hackers cannot tolerate the situation. They send me the information about other innocent Hong Kong people being abused and harassed by the Hong Kong government without them knowing. Some of them being attacked by car, some of them being medical abuse, and I feel this case, and I save a few persons from further abuse by the Hong Kong government. So actually they have already infiltrated in the pro-democracy camp in the Europe. They infiltrate to the NGO, the activist group, and political group and political parties. I think most of the young assistants in the political parties are being infiltrated by the undercover Hong Kong police. yes, I need to tell the truth, and I had located a few people that really work on the members of parliaments in the UK and now in Germany. That's why the Hong Kong government want me to leave Europe, because they are doing infiltration for the CCP. Okay, this is more than about my passport confiscation or my homeless issue or my situation. This is about Hong Kongers, their safety in Europe. Thank you very much. I'll update you if I can. If I find, hopefully I can find a safe place. Okay, bye bye.